before we get into it, y'all like my hair? Let me zoom in. I see the braids, and then like, do y'all see the design? Exactly. Anyways, welcome back to another Slumber ParTEA. In today's story, we're gonna keep it real short and simple. Exactly. Because we still on this little sweet, short, simple train as it pertains to our stories. So let's get straight into it. Oh, I forgot. Let's get into the pajamas. So today I'm really cute. I'm the cutest little. See, I done did too much because now I'm hitting stuff all over the place. But anyways, take two. I'm the cutest little avocado. Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. I'm the cutest little avocado. They don't make them like me no more. Okay, let me stop. Roll the clip. I don't remember exactly what month I got my wisdom tooth pulled out, but it was like probably, I want to say 3 months back. Maybe it would have been 2. I quite frankly can't remember exactly when I got it pulled out. So it all went down like this. Now, keep in mind, your girl, like, we got to backtrack a little bit because that'll explain how I even found out, like, whatever. So, boom, my wisdom teeth grown in. They was growing in real bad. I mean, I was teething bad. Like, they came in perfect though. Nothing was wrong with them. They came straight down beautifully. But the teething process was painful. Like, I was literally like chewing anything and everything I could get back there to chew. I was stuffing stuff back there. Like, I'm not even a gummy bear type of person, but I'm literally like stuffing gummy bears back there so I could chew on something just like, I don't know, just something. Okay, so boom, I wasn't teeth growing in. It's my last few months in North Dakota. Nobody knows it's my last few months but me and like a few other people. But like, I'm about to ramp up in North Dakota life and move back to Minnesota because them people strange. They strange past strange. They don't make them like that. I ain't never seen them built like that before, you know? So at this point, I'm making my way back to Minnesota happily. Okay. But before I leave, I'm going to use every cent as it pertains to my health savings account that I had built up with US Bank. Okay. Exactly. So I go to the dentist because I know I'm about to, like, obviously, when you leave a job, everything dies off. So I'm about to use the last of my dental insurance before I even leave and get, like, put on a new insurance. You know, exactly. So I go to the dentist, you know, schedule my last appointment for me to go get my teeth cleaned because I get my teeth cleaned like every 6 months. But for the most part, since I know I'm about to like leave the job, I'm about to get my teeth cleaned before I leave. So this is roughly like June, July-ish of last year. Exactly. So prior to my appointment, your girl had a sweet tooth, a really bad sweet tooth. I'm not gonna hold you. I had the biggest obsession with brownies. And when I say I could throw down and make some brownies, where I was throwing down in the kitchen every so often. I was making brownies. Like, I don't know what it was. I'm not really a sweets person like that, but brownies kept me on lockdown. They had me by the neck and they was choking me and they wasn't letting up. Okay, so I'm over here, like, when I say every day after work, I'm making brownies. Like, I would make like a 4x4 pan. Is it a 4x4? I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and flex like I know the measurements. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all like that. But I'm making like the little miniature peanut brownies. If I really like the brownies, long story short, would last me about what? I'd say a week to 2, because I cut little pieces and eat it. Now if I didn't eat anything that whole day, meaning I didn't cook, I'm finishing the whole pan of brownies. That's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, I was hooked on brownies for the longest. So when I went to my appointment in June, July-ish, I go there and he's like, they're cleaning my teeth. And they're like, we see staining in the back, you know, your wisdom teeth, we see staining on them. You should probably get them taken out by August latest. And I'm like, he's telling me, like the dentist is telling me what he's telling me, but I'm thinking they're more so like mechanics, in the sense where when you go to take your car into the mechanic, then they find another problem for you to try to fix. So I'm thinking the dentist just telling me that because he wants to take my little coins. But buddy, I'm leaving my insurance. I mean, yes, my health savings account still gonna be active once I leave the job, but nonetheless, like, I'm leaving this dental insurance with you at bank. So for you to be popping all this is crazy to me. At this point, I feel like they trying to take my money. So I'm not really paying attention to Buddy. Plus, I had just had brownies. I try not to eat like sticky stuff before my dentist appointment, but I had just had brownies that morning. Literally, I baked the brownies and I ate that night, brushed my teeth, and I ate brownies on my way there. So it's just like you probably tripping because it's probably just the brownies you talk about staining. I don't. So basically, I'm not believing them. Okay, cool, because he don't really know what he talk about because he don't know what I did. Which is eat some brownies exactly. So I go ahead and I disregard his claim of checking on my wisdom tooth because I'm not thinking anything of it. Like, sir, you must not know what you talk about. Boom. I moved back to Minnesota. Now I get my new dental insurance, and I could have saved that health savings account, but I emptied out the account. I ain't gonna hold you. I emptied out the account, and I was having a blast on it anyway. So boom, I get my new dental insurance, and once I get my new dental insurance all the way activated, I go ahead and set my appointment because at this point, like, I feel like the best way to break into your new dental insurance is to go for a clean. One thing about me, I'm one of them people like I don't care when my last clean was. I'm gonna get a clean when I want to get a clean. Like if I ate too much stuff where like I really just been overly active as it pertains to like having fun, I'm gonna get my teeth clean. We gotta make sure they stay clean. Exactly. So I go ahead and I set an appointment as soon as I like check off all the little boxes. I'm okay, cool, bet. I go set an appointment to get my teeth cleaned. Now I go to the new dental place, and Buddy's over there cleaning. He's cleaning. He's just like, I don't know how far we can keep cleaning your wisdom teeth because it's stained. And I'm thinking like, Buddy, you just want my coins so bad. Like at this point, I'm not really like y'all a new office that I've never tried before. But for you to say what you had said, I'm really at this point, I'm in denial. That's what I want y'all to understand. I am in denial about me having anything wrong with my wisdom teeth. Like y'all not gonna take them out. I just feel like no, y'all lying to me because they grew in perfectly fine before they even grew in. They were trying to get me to take it out. So with y'all trying to get me to take it out before my wisdom tooth even came in, I really just feel like this is a witch hunt. Y'all just want me to take it out just to take it out. Like then y'all just making up stories at this point. So I'm really thinking like it's a witch hunt if everybody against me. That's how I'm feeling. So boom, I'm not thinking anything of it. He's just like, I just think you should set up a consultation with the orthodontist anyway, even if you don't want to get it taken out. But you probably should because if you don't get it taken out, then if a cavity does form like on the outer, like like not the backside, but if a cavity does form near the other teeth, then it could like move its way into the other teeth, and then that may cause a problem. I'm trying to explain everything. I'm okay, cool with it. I'll set up a little consultation to make him feel better. But at the end of the day, since I have a new dental insurance, I'm gonna do you one better, and I'm gonna go to another dentist to get a second recommendation. Because at this point, I'm spending my money, but I'm not really spending my money because I don't feel like it's my money because it's not really coming out of. I mean, it's coming out of my paycheck, but I'm not swiping my credit card when I go there. It's just more so like I go there and the dental insurance do all the rest of the work, and then I don't really got to do nothing. And if I do have to pay anything, I pay with my health insurance card. So like at the end of the day, like y'all touched my account, but y'all didn't touch my account. If that makes sense, I hope y'all still got me. Okay, cool, bet. So I go ahead and I reach out to another dentist and I set an appointment. Right now, I go to the office. It's a tad bit sketchy. I didn't think anything of it because I was just there to get another person's, go ahead. Like, yeah, you do need to get your teeth removed. Keep in mind, I did set my appointment with the orthodontist, but it was like several months out. So I'm not really tripping about it because like I'm gonna make sure I get basically I'm trying to get an appointment in before my orthodontist appointment. Okay, exactly. So when I set my second consultation for another dentist to give me the confirmation and the green light, like yeah, when you do go to the orthodontist, we gonna schedule wisdom tooth removal or not. Exactly. So I go ahead and I pull up to the office. It's sketchy. When I say sketchy, it just I've been to a lot of dentist office and they give like high end luxury. Like it just gives when you walk in, it just smells clean. This one was one of them from one of like the little movies. Whoa. I don't know. it just didn't give me like a dentist office. And the only reason I say it didn't give dentist office is because they only had like when you walk into a dentist office, at least the ones I've been to, they have like several patient rooms. This one really had only one, maybe two. That's what I'm saying. Like it was very small, but I'm thinking like they a little small business, so they trying to get their coins together. I'm not really tripping. I'm not thinking of anything of it. Okay, exactly. So I sit in the chair. I thought it really suspicious because they didn't have a receptionist to like give me the stuff. It was a dentist that was giving me the paperwork, but I'm like, maybe their receptionist left, maybe they had. It was just like that was my first red flag, but it wasn't really like a big red flag. It was just like, dentist doing a receptionist job. They don't look too good, but at the same time, like when you short staffed or low budget, you kind of have to multitask. So I'm like, maybe not. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not tripping. So it's my turn. I fill out all that little paperwork. Woo, woo, woo. I get in the chair, right? Now I get in the chair and Miss Ma'am stopped. Now I know she trying to steal my coins. Like I thought the other folks was trying to steal my coins, but Miss Ma'am, who got me in this chair, is definitely trying to steal my coins. Cause she digging all in my mouth, right? I'm not thinking of it. She gonna talk about you got about 16 cavities and you do need to have your wisdom teeth removed. At this point, 3 doctors have told me I need to get my wisdom teeth removed. Okay? And not just any of them, just the top 2. Okay? Exactly. So I go ahead and I'm just like, oh really? She's like, yeah, you got 16 cavities, but we can definitely fix that. And I was like, okay, so am I able to schedule the appointment with the orthodontist then? And she was like, I am the orthodontist. You the receptionist, my dentist, and the orthodontist all in one? You a 3-in-1 special? I don't know. I don't trust that now. So sorry. You can't be everything. Then she was like, what really like threw it off and really put the icing on the top of the cake is she was just like, I would do it today, but I have to go pick up my kids. You like basically she was saying she was gonna fill in, not pull out my wisdom teeth more so. She was gonna fill in the 16 cavities. How you the only person out of all them 2 doctors? Out of 2 doctors, nobody has seen 16 cavities, but you magically seen 16 cavities, but you did say what I came, you confirmed my suspicion on getting the wisdom tooth pulled out. But you seen 16 cavities and them other doctors ain't seen 16 cavities. It's crazy to me. Ma'am, go pick up your kids because I'm not even going for you filling in no cavities because that's how I know you lying. I go to the dentist regularly. What are we really talking about? What are you feeling? You're not feeling nothing. You lying. You just want to take my coin. You ain't gonna take my coins. No ma'am. No ma'am. So since she wanted to waste my time, I did her one better. I really knew not to trust her because like I just feel like you shouldn't be giving dental advice when your teeth not straight nor white. That just doesn't feel right to me. And that's just I ain't even trying to like be shady at her. It doesn't feel right. Like I'm not saying your teeth have to be perfect, but your teeth have to be at least straight or white. It's either or. If your teeth are both not straight and they're not white, that's the double win. That put the nail in the coffin. I can't. Maybe you went into the field because you try to prevent. I don't know. I can't make excuses for you. I'm good at making excuses for people to make it seem like maybe it's something it's not. But for you, Miss Ma'am, I will not make any more excuses. So I did her one better and I set an appointment for the 16th field that I needed to get in, right? But keep in mind, I'm not coming back. Like, girl, you just confirmed my suspicion. That's what you need. So I set the appointment with her, and then a week later, I canceled. You like, why you do it? Just to waste her time since she wanted to waste mine. The water was splashing everywhere when they was cleaning in my teeth. Like, no, and she really didn't have to clean much because I had just went to get my teeth cleaned a month prior with the new dentist when I came back to Minnesota. So it's like for you to be doing all this splashing, and girl, like I've got my teeth cleaned several times, but my gums, no, she really was like doing her big one on my gums. No, no, like there was too much going on for me to even like. I don't really need to think too much about this. I don't need to think too hard. It's a no in my book, okay? Call me Simon Cowell. No, no, you don't get no. So I go ahead and I'm already knowing like my orthodontist appointment is gonna come up, so I'm not really like thinking anything of it. Based on my consultation with him, I'm basically gonna set the appointment to get my wisdom teeth taken out. Because at least at this point, they're not saying all four; they just want two. So I'm not tripping about it. So it's just a consultation, basically. Okay, cool. Bet. So as I'm waiting for my consultation with the orthodontist, I start praying because I'm gonna talk to the Lord. Yeah, so I pray to the Lord like just to make sure. I know, that other person, like third doctor, confirmed my suspicion, but I just need you to give me green light because, sir, are these people trying to steal my money? Are they trying to run? Like, talk to me, So I'm telling the Lord, like, talk to me, let me know some. Exactly. Okay, cool, bet. So I'm like, send me a little sign signal, whatever, like give me the green light to let me know I'm on the right path. Okay. So keep in mind at this time, I'm working with the school district. So that's how I have my dental insurance. I'm working with school district and then like I got to get my insurance to them. Yeah, exactly. So I'm over here playing and I always love coloring with the little kids. Coloring with preschoolers are scandalous. I'm a preschool teacher. I'm not really the teacher. I'm more of a teacher's assistant. But nonetheless, preschool, ESP, we here for it. I don't really do too much. Because they don't do too much. I'm coloring with one of my preschool friends. Miss Ma'am is coloring on mine, but now we have new markers. We don't really always have good markers simply because like these kids don't always put the cap on the markers. So when we do color, the markers be dry, sad. You don't really want to color with it, but you still gonna color with it. Exactly. So we got new markers. They're scented markers, but they're not just any scented markers. 6 of them are like nasty scents, and 6 of them are good scents. So she's coloring. Keep in mind, I forgot to tell you, my friend don't speak English. She's like Espanol, strict Espanol. And it's like, girl, oh my God, I don't speak Spanish. Like, I'm not fluent in it. I took a little bit of Spanish in high school, but I only took it for like a semester, well, a trimester, because we had trimesters in high school. I only took it for a trimester, and after that, I moved to French because Spanish just wasn't for me, and I thought French was more easier to learn, which it was. It kind of was. But I digress. So it's just like for the most part, I can't really say much to the girl. She's talking to me in Spanish, and I'm just nodding because I don't really know what she's saying, but I'm nodding like she ain't had no interpreter. No, she didn't. No. Y'all, my friend decides. I don't know why she did this. My friend decides to each and every time she colored, she give me the marker to smell. Keep in mind, 6 good scents, 6 bad scents. I don't know which is which because she took it out the pack. Now they all laying on the table, and the only way you're gonna know is if you read the little like label on it because it tells you what scent it's supposed to be. So she would make me smell it, and I would put my hand out because keep in mind she don't really speak English. So I would put my hand out, and she would give it to me, and I would smell it after she had already stuffed it in my nose because now I'm trying to see what scent it is. So she puts one to my nose. I look at the word, and I'm smiling at her, and she just, she smiles, making me full teeth, like she's grinning. So boom, she comes up, and Miss Ma'am decides that she gonna give me one of the markers, and it smelled nasty. And I read the title, it says smoke. If this how cigar is supposed to smell, y'all dead wrong because they don't even smell good. So I gave her the marker back. So then she gave me another one, right? Y'all, why in the world I read the marker? The name of it says rotten teeth. Oh my gosh. Ain't no way. And I'm smelling, I'm like, ain't no way. This the smell. I'm down. Damn. If this how rotten teeth smell, I mean, obviously, like it's a marker scent, but nonetheless, like it smells bad. Rotten teeth don't smell good. And I just feel like that was the Lord giving me a sign. Because I didn't even know rotten teeth was one of the little nasty smells that they had in there. So I just feel like since I didn't know, and this girl just tossed it, and you probably like at some point you would have smelled it, but nonetheless, I just think it's a mere coincidence that one of the smells happened to be rotten teeth. There is a lot of nasty smells out there. And you choosing rotten teeth to put in one of them little marker containers is crazy to me. So that's why I took it as a sign. Anyways, nonetheless, I'm over here feeling like, damn. You see, the Lord be trying to be funny sometimes. I'm just like, okay, cool, yeah. I'm on the right path. I'm about to get this wisdom tooth out. Okay. So the day of my orthodontist appointment comes up, y'all. I took off work. Your girl is driving to the orthodontist office. I get there. This is my consultation. Keep in mind, so they take the pictures. They do all the little 9 yards that they need to do. And he was just like, we got to call your doctor. So I'm like, why? He was just like, just to confirm that he only wants to take out 2. Because to them it was strange, but it wasn't too strange because doctors do take out just 2, but they wanted to just confirm, double confirm. I'm okay, cool with it. So as they're waiting for, like, as I'm waiting, because they're not waiting, they went to go call, but as I'm waiting, they give me the whole rundown, watching the video on like the wisdom tooth process. I already watched some videos because I wanted to torture I didn't like intentionally want to torture myself, but damn near it's like torture because like I'm watching these videos on YouTube and I'm, this not it, baby. This not it. I don't know if I want to do this. So boom. I'm like, okay, good, I'm gonna do it. So they like, when do you want to set your appointment? So I set my appointment with them, whole 9 yards. I'm supposed to come back to get the wisdom tooth pulled out. Okay. So we only get 2 pulled out. So y'all, I'm okay, cool then. It's the day of the wisdom tooth extraction. And I'm in the car. I took off work again. I'm in the car this time and I'm bawling, y'all. I'm like, what, 20? It's a 25, 26-minute drive from like where I stay to the office. Maybe it's less. I don't exactly remember how long the drive was. It could be less. It could be more. I don't remember. All I know is before my appointment, I had went to the dollar store and I had bought a whole bunch of pineapples. I went to Walgreens as well and I got the 100% pineapple juice because the dollar store didn't have that. I don't we high end, but we ain't that high end. The dollar store got stuff, but they don't got that type of stuff. Okay, so I went to Walgreens to go get it. And you like, why pineapple juice? Because apparently the science is if you drink pineapple juice, 100% pineapple juice, it's supposed to reduce swelling. It helps with swelling. So Google says. So now I'm about to I'm about to do an experiment on myself. It's not really too bad of an experiment, but I'm about to experiment. So I'm not knowing when I'm supposed to drink the pineapple juice. But all I know is I got a whole bunch of pineapple juice with me. I got applesauce. I got a whole bunch of soft things that, like, because I don't know what they're going to tell me that I have to go get. And I really don't want to have to run and go get everything after the appointment. I'd rather get it before so I can just go home and like rest this off because I don't really know how I'm going to feel after. Boom. I go to the appointment. It's the day of. As I'm pulling up to the doctor's office, y'all, I'm bawling. I don't know how to cry. Y'all, I'm so dramatic. I'm over here like, damn, I'm off into my deal. And you like, it's not that serious. I don't know why I thought it was. I am bawling, full on crying because like, how dare, I'm just feeling like at this point, how dare my mom not come with me? Like, girl, you leaving me for dead. I'm like, I don't know what's about to happen. You didn't come with me. Like, I'm just more so sad nobody's coming with me. Like, this is my reality. Like, damn, you really an adult. Because now you, like, obviously I go to appointments and nobody comes with me. But I'm about to go, like, not really under the knife, but under the knife, and nobody's here with me. No support system, no nothing. I could die on this table. Who knows what's going to happen? That's the thoughts that's running through my head. Why? I don't know. That's just what my brain does, just for fun, just to mess with me, So boom, I'm freaking out. I gotta dry my tears though, because I'm obviously there and it's 15 minutes to my appointment. So I'm in the parking lot, wiping my tears because I got to look presentable, no makeup, no nothing, like, went in. Because like they gave me a little paperwork because that's what you're supposed to do, like, no makeup, no nothing, like, just come in, come as you are type of. Okay, so boom, I feel like everything I do what I need to do when I walk in, and I'm basically sitting in the waiting room trying not to cry again because, like, oh my gosh. So I get there and I get in the room. I don't really know what to call her, so like I'm gonna call her a dental assistant because like I don't know her title. So boom, the dental assistant there. She's talking to me, and I'm asking her like, "You got your wisdom tooth took out?" She's like, "Yeah, she did. It was painless." But I'm not believing them because I've had a bad encounter with white people. When I was younger, this is a story inside of a story. So when I was younger, my gym teacher used to tell me, like, because we go out to gym, but this is before, I don't know, long story short, I don't know why I would never check the weather. Like, obviously I had a phone and I could check the weather, but I wouldn't check the weather. So like, when it was time for us to go outside for gym, I would always ask the gym teacher, like, is it cold outside? Because she has classes prior. I was her 6 hours. I'm rounding up into the day type stuff. So you've been outside almost every period. How was the weather, basically, you know? And she'll be like, oh, it's just a tad bit windy. Now she'll be like, it's a slight breeze. So we would go outside, it's freezing. So then I had asked her another time, I'm like, is it cold outside? And she's like, no, not really. And I was like, no, is it like, do I need a sweater? She's like, I would bring one, but it's not that. Girl, you contradicting yourself. So I brought the sweater. Y'all, it's freezing. So I at this point, you would think I would learn my lesson. And that's probably why life has been the way it's been, because I'm so hard-headed. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So boom, I asked her another time, and I was just like, how is the weather outside? She's like, oh, it's a tad bit windy. Boy, I get outside, keep in mind, I am petite as petite could be. No meat on my bones. I get outside, I'm damn near about to fly with the wind. Yeah, like the wind about to pick me up and just swipe me away. I'm so sorry, babe. So the wind about to pick me up and swipe me away, y'all. And at that point in time in my life, me and white people just the trust. At this point, I'm just like, this woman is lying to me. Just like my gym teacher used to lie to me about the weather. She's lying to me. To pull something out of my skull and it's not about to hurt, you lying. You lying right to my face. Like, I'm thinking this in my head though, but I'm just, everything is flashing before my eyes, and I'm just like, T minus, I don't know how long, but this doctor about to walk in here and it's about to get on and cracky. My nerves are getting the best of me. So I'm sitting in the, she's like, I'm about to turn on the laughing gas, because of course I had to take laughing gas because this was so serious. Give me that Novocaine. I'm not about to do this. I'm not. So boom, obviously they give you the Novocaine, but then like they give you like the shot itself, but then like you get to opt into laughing gas or not. So yeah, that's the whole rundown. Like, you obviously get the Novocaine to just like numb everything in your mouth, and it's a big needle. It's a big needle, and I'm not a needle type of girl. So yep, 2 needle, maybe it was 4 shots. I don't remember how many shots, but them fat needles sticking you in gums. I said, this ain't coming out of my pocket. I mean, it is coming out of my pocket, but it's not coming out of my pocket. Exactly. You get it. So I'm just like, okay, cool, bitch. You know, put the laughing gas, put it on my tab. Well, not my tab, but the dental insurance tab. Put it on their tab. Put it on somebody's tab. It's gonna get covered though. That's how I'm feeling. Okay, exactly. I'm just on the laughing gas at this point. Doctor walks in. I'm looking at him. He looking at me. I tell him, I'm like, you're not the same doctor I had. He talking about, am I not? I was like, maybe it's the mask. He's like, maybe it is. Hold on. Don't maybe it's the mask me. Is it the mask or is it not the mask? Who are you? At this point, I'm okay, cool, bitch. Then he leaves and he comes back. He came back with the nurse. The nurse that was there for my consultation. So I'm like, I remember you. She's like, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm like, it's a good thing. So at this point, my nerves starts calming down again. Because like, that's the lady I remember. So you got to be the doctor I remember. Because apparently I'm hoping that y'all work together and y'all keep the same nurses with y'all. That's what I'm hoping and I'm thinking to soothe myself down. I'm like, okay, cool. It is more so everybody keeps telling me it's going to be painless. I'm thinking they're lying because I'm thinking about high school and that gym teacher who lied about the weather. So my trust with white folks not that good. Okay? Like, I trust y'all, but I don't 100% trust y'all. Okay? Okay. And so everything's flashing back again, and I'm okay, I'm trying to breathe. Next thing you know, this man he's like, okay, cool, we're about to get started. I start bawling. I start crying out of nowhere. And I was like, okay, tears rolling down. He trying to call me. So then he says, get the yellow folder. What yellow folder? Yeah. I'm panicking. What yellow folder? What are you talking about? Get the yellow folder. Obviously, like they have like, so they got something on my finger to keep track of my heart rate, whatever. I'm looking at the little heart rate meter, detect the thing, the little machine. I'm looking at the machine. The machine is, the lines are moving. They moving. And then he talk about yellow folder. I'm over here crying. He's, man, just calm down. Just calm down. I'm trying, sir. I am trying, but I don't know what it is. So I'm okay, cool. He's like, just breathe with me. Breathe through your, like, he wants me to not breathe through my mouth, because if I breathe through my nose, because they got the little like the stuff you see in the doctors where they put the little thing in your nose and then you breathe, the breathing tube. I don't know what it's called. I'm obviously not a medical student for a reason. Okay. Yeah. So they got that in there. So he wants me to breathe through my nose so I can inhale the Novocaine and then like calm down. Okay. So running out the room. As soon as they talk about getting the yellow folder, I don't know what's gonna be in that yellow folder, but I don't want no parts of the yellow folder. Keep the yellow folder. So he's just like, if you won't, we can stop and we can reschedule this. Hell no. Once he said reschedule, I really I don't know what point I snapped back, but I snapped back quickly. No, I already took off work for this. I'm not about to, no. So we're going to get this over with and we're going to get this on and cracking. So I was like, no, I'm okay. So I'm calming myself down. Once I calm myself down, I'm like, we can get started now. So we finally get started. Boom, 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 boom. Give me little shots. I'm down. Yep, down. That kind of hurt. I mean, it kind of didn't, but it did. Because they put I want to say it's cough candy, but I don't know what it is, but it's like a cough thing and it numbs it a little. I feel like it's cough syrup, not cough syrup, but cough candy. I feel like, it's a cough drop. And when you put a cough drop in an area for too long, it kind of gives it that numb feel. I really feel like it's a cough drop, but I don't know what it is because I'm obviously not a dentist neither for a reason. Okay. So they got something that they put on my gums to just I don't know the purpose of it, but it tastes like a cough drop. Because as I swallow, it just tastes like a strong cough drop. That's what it tastes like. I don't know. So boom, they do that in the spots that they gonna shoot the Novocaine in to get the gums ready for the fat needle. Boom, they shoot the Novocaine in. Boy, I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all, it was taking every. You know how they be like, it's a little pinch. I mean, it was a little pinch, but So boom, they shoot the Novocaine in. So I'm trying to keep calm. He's like, wiggle your hands, wiggle your toes. I'm wiggling. They wiggling. But sir, you're going to have to hurry up and take this needle out of my mouth. Okay? Because, So boom. Y'all, why in the world, as he's taking the needle out of my mouth, whatever the medicine was in that needle, a drop got on my tongue and it was the most nastiest thing ever. It was so bitter and I can't explain it, but it was not a good taste. I would not recommend. 100% do not recommend. Okay, I see why it's disgusting. So at this point, we're getting ready to start the process, and Mr. Sir goes ahead, and as we're waiting for the Novocaine to actually kick in, we're just talking. I was doing a lot of talking though. As the Novocaine, before the Novocaine kicked in, I was doing a lot of talking. What I was talking about, I don't really remember. I don't remember what I was really talking about, but we was talking about stuff. And he was just cause obviously I just think he a good dentist because he remembers little details about me based on the consultation we had prior. And we only had one consultation. So it's just that's a good doctor. Boy, with all the patients you got, for you to organize and keep everybody in order and know stuff about them, you a good doctor. Maybe he wrote it down and he just did a little review before he came in, but nonetheless, I didn't feel like just another person. I feel like, he was related to me. That's what I'm trying to get once you can relate to a person, it hits a little different. So I'm calm. I'm just yeah. I keep telling myself you got to be in good hands. So then he tells me the Novocaine part is the only painful part of the whole thing. This man lied to me. I keep thinking that I'm my brain, they lying to you. Man, painful, painless my ass. Okay. You talk about painless. You lying. Okay. So everybody in there, there's 2, 4, 5, there's about 5 people in there, but the nurse who I was there with in the consultation, from the prior, she in and out. But other than that, there's 4 because there's an assistant in there. And when he was in there, he tried to talk the dude through on how to keep patients calm. But he just said, when I tell you, he said, fuck the training. And he was calming me down. He just listen to my voice. I'm okay, cool, bad. Calm me down. Okay, so boom. Y'all, Novocaine finally kicks in. So then he's okay, we're going to get started. He's just you're just going to feel a little pressure. And that's it. A little pressure. Okay, cool bit. But and that's why I got trust issues again, because last time I had went to the doctor, but that's another story of its own. But I had went to go get a checkup, and she told me I was just gonna feel a little pressure, and she lied. It was a whole lot of pressure. Okay, but that's a story for another day. But it's just the word little is what throws it off. Cause y'all say it's gonna be a little pinch, it's gonna be a little pressure, a little pinch. No, is it? I don't know. I just, it's the word little. Who's deciding how little this pain is? I don't know. Okay, anyways, let's get back to the story. So he's just like, you're just gonna feel a little bit of pressure and then we're gonna be done. Like, okay, cool, bit. So he comes up and he like, I mean, this man, I'm not really gonna hold y'all. This man doing his due diligence. I'm not, all I know is, okay, it's so weird because like obviously I feel like he has to put a lot of force because I feel like, you know, like you're moving a tooth that's stuck in, but I'm not really feeling it. Like I can obviously see his hand moving, and I heard a crack, like I heard, so I'm thinking like, oh, Brody, like I wanted to like tell him like, oh, I think the tooth is out. Well, it's not out. You know, I'm thinking like the tooth is like loose because I'm thinking like whatever roots are holding on to it or stems or whatever, the little vein vessels, whatever it is. I'm not, like I said, I can't stress this enough. I'm not a medical student for a reason. So whatever's like holding the tooth in, I think it's out of the little socket, you know, I think the tooth ready to be pulled. So right when I'm thinking that, Buddy's just like, oh, your tooth's out. Damn, that was quick. Hold on, I was just about to tell you. Now you telling me the tooth is gone. And he's just like, yep, so your tooth is gone. Okay, cool, bad. Wow. I didn't believe him. I was like, no, are you sure? And I looked down. Soon as I look down, my tooth is looking back at me and I'm looking back at it. And I'm down. So I tell him, I'm like, you're a good doctor. Like, what? You're good. You're really, you really good. You know, so boom, he's just like, are you ready for this? He's like, we're about to get into the second one. So as we're getting into the second one, I obviously, like I said, I see him moving a little, like he grabbing his little tools, you know, like call him Bob the Builder because he got all the tools, like he doing what needs to be done. Next thing you know, I'm not even like, what, I don't know how long it took. He said it goes by quick. He wasn't lying. The process do go by quick because next thing you know, I feel like the man had just entered my mouth. Next thing you know, the tooth was gone. And he's just like, okay, we're all done with the procedure now. No. So I literally told him, I was like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, the other tooth is gone. I was like, you just started. And he's just, yeah, it's gone. While I look down, both teeth are looking at me now. I'm down. Damn. You're really good. Like, sir, you're really, really good. Because that was quick. That was really easy. And he wasn't lying. Like, it wasn't painful. It really wasn't painful. Like, you just hear like a little, like you hear it. It sounds like chips. Like, you know how you chew chips and then it gets a little crack? That's what it sounds like. But it's not like a loud crunch, crackish noise. It's like you hear like, imagine if you took a shirt and you were ripping it. Like it's that ripping sound, but it's not super loud. Like I don't know how to explain it, but that's just exactly. So I just don't know how to explain it. So I tell him because they're giving me the whole rundown about like, you know, at my aftercare basically. And before he can leave, I'm telling him like, I got pineapple juice. I heard it's good for swelling. So like, you know, when am I supposed to drink the apple juice? Not the apple juice. When was I supposed to drink the pineapple juice? Was I supposed to drink it before my operation or after my operation? He's like, pineapple juice is really good. It does reduce swelling. And I'm like, okay, so when do I drink it? He's like, that's up to you. So aftercare comes. She giving me a little breakdown, and she gave me some ice cream. And before I left, the nurse that I had seen during the consultation, she had came back and she's like, how are you? And I'm like, I'm good. I cried as all the gauze. When I tell y'all, gauze is stuck in my, like, they stuffed all the gauze in my cheek. Like, my cheeks are not because they're swollen, but it's just like, I got all this gauze stuck up in there. And I told her, I'm just like, I was crying. And I was laughing while I said it. I don't know why. But I just like, I was crying. I don't know why I cried, but I was crying, but I feel better now. And she's like, oh, that happened. And then I started telling them like, I was crying before I came here. And they were like, why? And I was just like, because nobody was coming with me. Like, I'm a big girl now. I have to do it myself. And we literally were bawling. Like, when I tell you I was chatting it up with these nurse assistants while I was chatting up with them. Like, look, I ain't too chatty now. But that laughing gas and did his big number. Like, Okay, so for aftercare, you know, they telling me what I'm not supposed to do. Don't do this. Like, don't eat stuff. You're like, I'm basically on a soft food diet. No popcorn. No popcorn. Okay, because I'm the type, and I'm glad she told me that because I'm the type to be like, oh, I can just suck on the popcorn. No, so definitely no popcorn. No nothing. Like I'm over here like soft foods for 3 days straight. Damn, I'm fasting. I wasn't anticipating it. Like I knew, but I ain't think like 3 days. 3 days is crazy. I'm a big little girl, so I like to eat. Like I say big little because I'm like I'm not big. I'm little, but I'm big. Like yeah, if that makes sense. Okay. Anyway, so I tell them, I'm like, damn, I don't know what I'm about to do. So then I tell them, because we're my family's about to have a barbecue on Sunday, so that would be the third day. So I'm like, can I eat ribs? Because that's like, you saying 3 days, that's Sunday's gonna be exactly 3 days. Can I eat it on the third day or no? And they're like, I mean, if you're able to, then yeah, but if you can't, no. Don't worry, Miss Ma'am, I'll make some shake. What are you talking about? Okay, you ain't saying nothing but work. First day comes, I got the ice pack because they gave me an ice pack to go home with. I got the ice pack stuffed on my cheeks. Um, I'm looking through everything, and they gave me my two tooth. Yeah, so they gave me my wisdom teeth. They gave me a little cute, a little parcel, a little package. They put my wisdom teeth in a little package and like to let me take it home with me. And y'all, when I tell y'all, looking at the teeth now, they weren't lying. I had staining on my teeth. Like, the teeth was bad. Okay, yeah, so I did mess up the date a tad bit. So, had the procedure done Thursday, Friday, went back to work. The swelling wasn't bad at all. After I left the doctor's office, I did drink the pineapple juice. I was drinking it like every 2 hours. I literally was drinking it like water. That was all I had. I went to work. I had chips, but I couldn't chew the chips. Cause like I could chew the chips, but I would have to chew with my two front teeth. Like I would have to chew with my set of front teeth, and I didn't want to have to chew with my front teeth. Like I did at first, I was doing it, but then it just became it was too much. Like all that constant like chewing like this and nibbling to make sure it doesn't go back there. It was just too much. That wasn't it for me. So then I try to like put it in my mouth and like suck on it and just let the saliva do its thing and like let it dissolve. And then when it gets like mashed potato-y, then I chew it. But that was taking too long. I just really wanted to enjoy life as it pertains to food. Saturday is when I decided I'm gonna eat rice because I had fried rice. The rice was looking at me and I was looking at the rice and I was gonna eat some damn rice because in my head, mentally, rice is a soft food. I'm not gonna argue with you if it's not or it is. That day it was. Okay. So I'm looking at the rice, it's looking at me, and I ate the rice. Y'all ate the rice, and one of the rice grains got stuck in the wisdom tooth hole that they had removed. I'm damn. That's what you get, cause like I was doing such a good job as it pertains to aftercare. I was doing such a great job because like even when because boom, I like to use mouthwash, but I couldn't use mouthwash the way I usually do. Like usually I'll do the little swishing in my mouth and then like spit it out. But because I had my wisdom tooth pulled out, they told me no swishing. Like I could do like side to side shaking, but no swishing. And even like the side to side, I couldn't aggressively like shake my head. And then when I had spit, I couldn't spit. I had to like just let everything fall out. I couldn't spit no nothing. Just like drew over the sink. That's what I was doing, just on over the sink. So that's what I had to do. Yeah, for the most part, I was doing everything that needed to be done, but I couldn't hold it no more as it pertained to eating. Like I was gonna eat. We was gonna make something work. So with the aftercare kit, they gave you a number that you could call if something were to happen after business hours. Something in fact did happen after business hours. So I called the number. I'm freaking out because I'm thinking like, damn, now your tooth is gonna get infected. Like the wound is still fresh. Like, damn. Something like my brain is just making a big deal out of I don't know if it's something or if it's nothing at this point because like, oh my goodness. So boom, I decide like I'm gonna call the number. I'm on the phone with the lady. The lady tells me, okay, cool, she's gonna get back to me. Somebody gonna call me in like 10, 15 minutes. Okay, cool. The phone gets a ring. I obviously don't know the number, and I don't answer numbers I don't know or that aren't saved. If I don't call you back, the number not saved. The number not saved. Like I'm telling you, I'm not the save a number type of person. So I'm seeing a number, but at the same time, I'm expecting a call. So I'm assuming that nobody's gonna call me, that I'm not expecting to call me. Cause like if I answer the phone and it's not this doctor, I'm gonna be pissed off. So I answer the phone, boom, it's the doctor. It's not my doctor, but it's another doctor, on call doctor. So I tell him what had happened. I said, boom, I had rice because rice is all food. At least I thought, and the rice grain got stuck in there. So basically he tells me like gravity gonna do its thing. It's either gonna fall out itself, the saliva gonna like move it around and it's gonna fall out, or it's gonna fall out. I'm basically good, but don't do it again. Like he ain't say don't do it again, but maybe don't do it again. But like gravity gonna do its thing. That's what I'm saying. It was everything. Like my brain be talking. It's like, girl, stop playing with me. But yeah, so when he had said what he had said, I'm like, okay, thank you, great. After I got off the phone with that man, I continued to finish my rice. Yes, I did. Like I was hungry. I was gonna eat. And what you say, gravity was gonna do its thing. Oh, okay. I'm just feeling like since that rice kernel's already up there, if I chew on that side of my mouth, so it was this side. If I chew on this side of my mouth, I just feel like what could happen? Like there's already a rice grain in there. More rice grains can't get in there because the rice grain is not like this, because obviously it would fall out. The rice grain is sitting real nicely. So I just feel like I can keep eating and nothing's gonna happen because the rice grain stuck blocking the hole itself. And yeah, might as well make some shake. We're gonna make some out of nothing. So I ate all the rice. I did. I did. I ate all the rice. It was fried rice. And not like Chinese fried rice, African fried rice. If you know, you know. And everybody talks about jollof rice, but jollof rice is not, I don't know, I'm not crazy about jollof rice. I'm more of a fried rice type of girl. And I was going to devour that fried rice. Exactly. So I did, and I ate the food. And gravity did in fact do its thing. Like the rice grain ended up falling out. So the experience more itself it was interesting. It was very interesting. The story wasn't crazy. It wasn't nothing like super extravagant, but it was a nice little story. Had to throw some in there because the week itself been hectic, so I was gonna leave y'all hanging. Okay. So I'm sorry if the story isn't as interesting as amusing, but hopefully you learned something. So thank you for coming to our YouTube channel and joining me for another Slumber ParTEA. And we got to roll out and call it a day.